factor of p of x. And I can have more, but this certainly provides p of x. And we are using, and this is going to be that square plus that square, which makes it 10. Okay, so all I need to do first is, let me just draw this again on a new graph. And then find out where it's crossing x-axis. But I just did it this way, that if you move it over, it's really saying sine 15x, cosine 15x, that's going to be equal to minus 1, which is equal to tangent 15x. So x is equal to, well, tangent inverse, and then, we're going to get that. So 15x is basically, we're looking at minus pi over 4, and x is equal to minus pi over 60. Okay, but one thing I need to realize is that this thing over here, tangent 15x, has a new period. The regular period is pi, but this thing, because of that, my new period of tangent 15x is pi over 15, which means if I'm going to cross this point there, like this, right there, it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. It's going to happen again there. Okay, we're looking at the least possible positive values, and we're going to add them. We're going to add that value, add this value all together. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add pi over 15 to that constantly. So the answer that I'm looking for is minus pi over 60 plus pi over 15. Next one, minus pi over 60 plus that twice, 2 pi over 15. I'm going to go one more period. Next one, minus pi over 60 plus 3 pi over 15. These are my positive solution. This was negative, so I cannot take that one. We go to the next one, and next, and next. They want you to add all of them. By adding all of them, you end up getting 7 pi over 20, which is equal to 1.099, which is about C that I am looking for. Good. Moving on to 41. 41, we have two functions. For what values the composed function of each other is exactly the same. Okay, this one is a bit troublesome when you actually do it. You can get two answers out of it, but you get confused. So let's take a look at this one. 41, we have f of x given as 2x squared plus 3, and g of x given as, no, that's not true. F of x is given as 2x plus 3, I misread it. Okay, and g is given as x squared. Okay, so we are going to put composed function f of g and g of f. And they are supposed to be the same. So we're going to put this inside. We get 2x squared plus 3 square rooted. That's equal to this thing completely inside. So we get square root of 2x plus 3 squared, which is same as that thing freed up. Good. Once we free that up, we can square both sides. And 2x squared plus 3 is equal to this thing squared. So we have to do expansion. 4x squared plus 12x plus 9. And then we move things around. So we end up with x squared plus 6x plus 3 is equal to 0. This is solvable. We can find by using quadratic formula, our favorite. So we end up with minus 3 plus minus radical 6. Okay. Well, one thing you need to realize is that when I plug when I'm looking at g of f of x, this thing right here, it cannot take anything that makes this minus, right? Or, yeah, 0 is fine. But from here, I cannot take anything that makes it less than 0. So I have to have it greater than 0. X has to be greater than minus 1.5. And the answer, two answers, if you actually calculate it out, you get this answer. Minus 0.055, minus 5.45. and you realize that, hey, this doesn't work, right? So we have to cross that out. This is the only answer that is acceptable, and that shows up in A. So I know this is all crossing each other, but hopefully you guys see the point. All right, let's look at 45. No, that's too easy for us. Let's move on to 40. Actually, let's do 42. That's a good problem for us. Okay. We have two relations, two inequality, and they want you to come up with something else. All right, let's take a look. 42, we have, this one you got to think of it. 3x minus x squared greater than 2, and y squared plus y less than 2. Okay, move things around. We see that it's going to be x squared minus 3x plus 2 less than 0. We can factor this out. As you guys know, it's going to be this way. And draw the picture. It's going to be 1 and 2. It's going to go through this way. And we realize that it's going to be less than 0. So I'm looking at this point right here. So what's my answer here? It's going to be have to between 1 and 2. Good. Moving on to y, we have same thing. Y squared plus y minus 2 less than equal to 0. Factor things out. We know what to do here. So, that has to be positive and that has to be minus. Less than 0. Okay, so this one's going to cross at 2, minus 2, and 1. Also, it's going up this way. And of course, this is y, this is x. Okay, so it's going to have to be less than 0. So I'm talking about this region. And y has to be greater than minus 2, less than 1. Okay, what are they asking for? They are asking for what is my region for x and y multiplied together. Okay, what is the largest value you can have for x, y? When this thing is the largest, when this thing is the largest, right? We can get up to 2. Okay, when can you go, how far can you go down? Well, not minus 2 times 1, but if you do minus 2 times 2, then yes, you will go down to minus 4. Good, so that's the answer for us. That's going to be D for us. Good. All right, let's move on to 49. I'm going to skip some bunch of them. 49, we have a coordinate system that is devised so that the positive y-axis makes 60 angle, 60 degree with regular x. So it looks kind of odd. It looks like this. Oh, not that. X is same, but y it's going up that way. And it's making up 60 degree. And using this coordinate, we have 2 points, 4 and minus 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Right there. And 5 and 1. 1 and 5. Right there. Okay, they want you to find this length right here, actual length. Okay, but we realize that if I draw this line right here, and what does this angle look like? It is still 60 degree there. Okay, so what is this length? This is simply 1 minus 3, right? So this thing is, length is 4 in this region like this, okay? And this region is the difference between x 4 and 5. So it's going to be 1 there. Okay, so all I need to do first is, let me just draw this again on a new graph. We're looking at a simple triangle that has something like that, something like this, and that's 1. This is 4. This is 4. And this is 60. And I am looking for this thing right here. What is this length? Okay, so if that is 4 right here, 60, this must be 2. That's good. This must be 2 radical 3. Hey, we're almost done. This is a Pythagorean theorem. Here the total is 3. So 3 squared plus 2 radical 3 squared, it must match me with x squared by Pythagorean theorem. So plug it in, we get 9 plus 12, so 21. So x must be radical 21, right? So when you actually put it in, you get about 4.58. So the answer choice is D for us. Alright guys, that concludes our section. I hope you guys enjoyed it a lot. I was having a lot of fun teaching you guys. Study hard, practice hard so you guys can score and be successful. Wish you luck and see you next time.